Welcome, Virgo. This is your monthly focus for May 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we get to the energy of the cards, let me take a moment to thank you, truly thank you, for all the positive, loving, beautiful energy that you send my way each and every day. Thank you so, so much. Now, let's get to the cards. Now, we start with Hierophant, so this would have to be a very spiritual month for you. So, don't forget to meditate. Don't forget to pray. Don't forget to take long walks through nature and just tap into your own thoughts and just let your thoughts get, well, don't let them get carried away. That's probably the wrong thing to ever tell anybody. You want to take control of those thoughts. You want to put your affirmations up to God, the angels, the spirit guides, the universe, on what you want to create, on who you want to become this month. But there's a lot of balance to be had when you tap into your spirituality. So I would definitely tell you to really try and get into some sort of routine when it comes to your spirituality, even if it's just 2 minutes in the morning or 2 minutes in the evening. So long as you are consistent, okay, it will make a difference, especially this month, because we start out with our spirituality bringing in a new kind of balance into our life. Now we have the Knight of Swords right next to the spirituality. So I think the more that you tap into your spirituality, the more that you get the zest of life, the more that you get a bounce in your step. Okay, you ride out into the meadow here with your sword raised, yelling charge. Success, championing a cause. When this card comes out, failure is not even in your vocabulary. So tap into your spirituality, because I think that kind of, if you start every morning with an affirmation, you will be amazed by how much more positive starts to come into your life, because you are raising your vibration. You are raising your light. You become a magnet for good things to happen to you. So if you want that bounce in your step this month, take a couple of minutes in the morning, in the evening, whenever you have time. Try and be consistent with it. Okay, and you will be feeling a little bit more alive every single day and have this zest for life and this wanting to run out into the meadow and yelling charge, knowing that you're going to be successful, knowing that there's no room for failure. And we have the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is, now our path forward is quite foggy there, so we don't know what the end goal is actually going to look like, but we are looking into that pentacle like it is a crystal ball. We know there are new paths for us to step upon, and we know that it's going to take courage. In fact, we have the Strength card crossing right over it, so we know it's going to take courage, a belief in ourselves, a belief in our abilities, our talents, and God, your angels, your spirit guides. There is such a strong need for belief in order to bring out that strength, to bring out that vitality this month for you. And it's all tapped into the spirituality. For our underlying energy, we have the Nine of Swords. So this is the worries, the concerns, the fears, the things that keep us up at 2 in the morning as we play it over and over again in our minds. So you could actually be looking a lot into your past, regretting things, thinking that you dropped the ball at some point, thinking of things that you've lost, people that you've lost. Take control of those thoughts, okay? Look, because what happens at 2 in the morning when your brain says, hey, let's talk, and you say yes? This is probably the biggest mistake we ever make. But we allow those thoughts to just drift through our mind, and we don't take control of them, and pretty soon we are thinking about when we were 6 years old and we accidentally stepped on a butterfly and we killed it. And what a horrible person we are, and oh, I can't believe I did that. And you're like 6 or 7, okay? Let go of these kind of regrets. Or it could be a lot more closer to the heart. okay, of the things that we feel that we dropped the ball on, or things that we should have said and we didn't, or things that we didn't say and we should have, or situations we should have put ourselves into but we didn't, or situations we didn't put ourselves into, and now we're kicking ourselves because that time has passed and we can't go back and put ourselves into that situation that we want to now. So take control of those thoughts and turn them into very positive outcomes. Or at least tap into the wisdom of why you're being shown that. Not so much the emotion. At 2 in the morning, it's hard not to allow the emotion to take over. So you want to schedule this time. You want to schedule meditation. You want to schedule prayer time. You want to schedule time alone with your thoughts so that when these thoughts come in, it's not 2 in the morning. You're a little bit more sharper, you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and you can take control of these thoughts that you have and turn them into very positive outcomes and tapping into the wisdom that you've gained upon any kind of struggle or chaos in your life. Our overriding card is the Four of Swords. So rest, relaxation. Okay, this is the warrior that comes off the battlefield. So I know that you're feeling like that this month. Like the warrior coming off the battlefield, and you take off the armor, you hang up your weapons, and you lay down. And it's time to recuperate. It's time to recharge those batteries. So it's not a forward motion do month as much, because the underwriting and overwriting definitely don't lean towards doing a lot or pushing yourself forward a lot. It's about recharging your batteries. It's about tapping into your spirituality. It's about making plans for a new path forward. This is definitely a card of meditation. This is definitely a card of prayer. Okay, and thinking about what we are grateful for in our lives and what we already have in our lives. Okay, there isn't a warrior or a soldier that comes home and the first thing they do is check the bank account. They check to see, they check to where their loved ones are so they can hug them again for the first time in forever and a day. It's about the people in our life. It's about the love in our life. It's about the emotion in our life. That's where we go to first. Then we check to see if the car is still in the driveway and the money's in the bank. But when we first come off that battlefield, it's our last thought. Our first thought is hugging the person we love the most again. So, and being grateful for the people in your life. Absolutely. We have the Ten of Cups, so happily ever after. So as, the first part of the month might be a little bit harder than the second half of the month, because now we're going into the second half of the month here with this card, but we are starting to turn our viewpoint towards our happily ever after, how we are going to create it, how we will manifest it, who's with us on this journey, who we are becoming. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So as we're thinking about that, we're also thinking about what really needs to go, what baggage we have been carrying around with us that really needs the door slammed on it. Okay, we need to drop that baggage. We need to leave it in the past. We need to allow those new doors to open. So remember that our first card was the Hierophant, and it was all about our spirituality, tapping into our spirituality to find the balance in our path to go forward with the strength, with the wisdom. Okay, and so the more we do that, the more we are going to understand what we should not allow in our lives going forward. What may have played a very important role at one time in our life, in a sense of security or a sense of love or a sense of well-being. But it no longer serves that purpose, or we are seeing that it was a false sense of security. And we need to close those doors. And I think you will be you'll be driven to close those doors so that a new door can open for you, so a new experience can begin. Absolutely. How other people see you this month? The Eight of Cups. You do have two travel cards, so people may see you packing your bags and going on a vacation. Absolutely. But people see you actually breaking away from some of the things that they thought that you would be attached to forever. So this might be a job that you were walking away from, a relationship you were walking away from, where you live. where you work, where you play. Okay? Now, this isn't necessarily closing the door on things. So people aren't going to actually see the closing of the door. They're going to see you transforming into a new path. So the way I describe this card, which is probably the easiest way to understand it, is the child that grows to adulthood and is ready to leave home. Okay, so they're ready to leave the parental home. And that is to grow their independence, to tap into their own dreams, their own wants, their own desires, become the person they want to be in life. So they don't never go back home. It just changes. It transforms in their life. It becomes something different. It has a different meaning now. Okay? So people are going to see you actually transforming into a new way of living, into a new way of maybe working or playing, or the people that you are associated with. You may be joining new groups. You may be going to school to learn something new. You're transforming your life, and people are taking note of that this month. As we go towards the end of the month and into June, we have the Chariot for the first card. Okay, so this is a focus, a definite focus forward. Where our path is going to lead. You hold the reins to this. So, spend your time in the spirituality. Take that breather. Recharge your batteries. Don't try and push forward too much, because I think the path becomes much clearer to you if you take the time, if you take the energy when it is presented to you and use it wisely. Now, the only thing I would caution here is to make sure that you do not have your blinders on, that you are open to new experiences, new adventures. This is another travel card, so maybe that opens up your eyes. Maybe you do go to a faraway country, or at least go on a trip and you see the world through a new set of eyes, or you didn't realize that there were these wonders or these beauties so close to you. It could be a day trip. So it could be travel, actually, that really opens your eyes, or it could be somebody coming in that is from a different culture or a different country opening your eyes, but that card doesn't really play into that. It's all about your focus. It's all about your focus going forward, knowing what needs to be done, keeping your focus. Nothing will pull you off your focus. Actually, you will be, you'll be wired. You'll be wired for your path forward. And it is coupled with the Nine of Cups and the Six of Cups. The Nine of Cups is your dreams, your desires, your wants, the wish card. Okay? And it sits here with the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups is, first of all, love yourself. Okay? Remember to do that every single day. But it could also bring in things from your past. It could bring in situations. It could bring in people from your past. Or your situation or the people, you might pass somebody in the street and you say, wow, that person looks exactly like somebody I dated like 20 years ago. Now, what God, your angels, your spirit guides are trying to do is they're trying to remind you of a time and a place in your life, so that you go back and don't, detach yourself from the emotional part of the lesson that you walked through during that time span. But you want to pick up the wisdom, because the wisdom is going to be very important in manifesting your dreams, your wishes, your desires going forward. So pay close attention. Don't just let that thought go as you pass the person on the street, and then don't revisit it and meditate on it, or take some time with your thoughts to understand, what truly happened at that point in my life. What did I do? What could I have done differently? What was the wisdom I picked up from that situation or that person or that time span in my life? For love, relationships, we have the Ten of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. No, the Ten of Swords isn't a scary card. Stop that. The Ten of Swords is a beautiful card because it tells me that you have been through the struggles, the pain, okay? And you have picked up a lot of wisdom because of that, and the sun is breaking through there, okay? You are pushing yourself up. Those swords are your shield of strength. But then we have the planner here, the slow and steady plan. You have been through enough to know what is needed in love, in relationships. Maybe it's home and family. To know what kind of plan you need to implement or put into place, or what needs to be going forward within the relationship in order to take it to the next level, in order to make it strong. If you are looking for somebody, well, love can happen at any time, can't it? Um, well, we do have the Two of Cups in your health and well-being. So that could be somebody new coming in, absolutely. Maybe at the gym. Maybe while you're taking a long walk through nature. You bump into that forever somebody, right? But essentially, you know what needs to be done. You're invested. You're involved in making the home, the relationship better, more sustainable, deepening the relationship in some way, strengthening the relationship in some way. And it all goes back to you tapping into your wisdom. And so you know what is not going to work for you. You know what will work for you. And implementing some small little changes or tweaks within the relationship, or having those conversations so that the other person is aware of how you feel and how you want to manifest your tomorrow together. For work, career, money, finances, beautiful cards actually. We have the Magician and the Star. Now, these aren't action cards, so I'm going to stick to, this is really a spiritual development month for you more than anything else. But you know what? You see your dreams now. You see the possibilities of your dreams. They're doable. You see the path forward. And the Magician here, there's a little bit of magic involved. So expect the unexpected. Expect something to come your way that you needed in order to actually go forward towards your dreams, your desires. This would be a month to put out those applications, because, or those resumes, because there's a little bit of magic here. And put them where you want to be, not just so that you get a paycheck, okay? Don't do that this month, because the magic is involved. So, you'll probably, the phone might not ring this month, but it could ring next month. Or later in the month at least, the phone would ring for you. The magic comes in. Okay, so your name for some reason sticks in their head and they want to give you a call. Or something that you wrote in your resume just looks astoundingly beautiful, and so they've got to meet you, and they think that you are a remarkable person because of the charity work you've done, or the degrees that you have behind your name, or that special talent or ability that you call a hobby. But you see how what you want to do is doable now, that you can go forward. So meditation, prayer, alone with your thoughts, please, this month, because you're going to see the way forward. Absolutely. You're going to see exactly what you need to do, and affirm it to God, your angels, your spirit guides, because that's when the magic comes in and allows you the opportunity to walk into the path that you want to walk in. For spirituality, we have the Five of Swords and the Eight of Swords. First of all, get around like-minded people, walk away from those naysayers, but I think your perception is going to change a lot in your spirituality, or you are really going to look at your own philosophy in life and try and understand it, or examine it better, or get around like-minded people and have conversations around this month, to open up, to expand. So this is where somebody could actually come in and be something different and unusual than what you were accustomed to. Somebody from another country, somebody from another culture. Expands your mind, expands your ideas, but I think in the spiritual sense more than anything else, because this is your spirituality. And it's kind of like you are walking with like-minded people, but your perceptions start to change, or you widen the perception, or you take off that blindfold. So it's a lot about taking off blindfolds this month and seeing new ways forward, new spiritual thoughts, new ways of experiencing your spirituality. For health and well-being, we have the Judgment card and the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups, this is where somebody might come into your life. So you want to take those long walks in nature. You want to join that like-minded group that does yoga. You know, you're waiting for your Reiki appointment. You meet somebody in the waiting room. New experiences, but you need to use sound judgment, okay? The Judgment card there says that you just don't want to be too spontaneous in anything that you try new when it comes to your health, when it comes to your well-being, that you want to think it through, that you want to ask validating questions if that's applicable. You want to research, okay, because it could open up a new passion, a new dream, something that you never thought you'd like. Maybe, you know, you bought a bike for the first time. You've done all this research on bike and the equipment you need in order to ride safely, and what supplies that you need to take, and what special canisters are available to attach to your bike so that you're not weighed down with a bunch of backpacks and stuff. And you find that it's like a passion that you didn't even know existed in you before. So it's new, it's adventurous, it's fun, and it's probably with somebody else. So you're looking probably more at joining the group that goes bike riding over doing your own bike riding, or joining a gym, or just anything like that. Maybe it's a cooking class, okay, and you're learning a healthier, more satisfying way to eat, or where you can watch your diet a little bit more, pack your own meals, because they're going to teach you how to do 30 meals in a day, and then you've got your whole lunches for a month packed or something. I don't know. But there's something new. There's something that's a very new path. Just, you know, think it through before you commit to it. Think it through before you go out and spend $1,000 on that top-of-the-line bike, or I'm sure they're more than that. You want to use sound judgment, or you're going to regret your decision going forward. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.